History is being rewritten right before our eyes. Novak Djokovic is dominating the headlines again, shattering Roger Federer's record for total weeks spent in the ATP top 5. Despite his recent withdrawal from the Madrid Open due to a nagging shoulder injury, the Serbian legend remains a force of nature and is now eyeing yet another milestone in the top 10 rankings. We are breaking down his recovery timeline and his hunger to get back on the clay court before the French Open.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the Pop Sockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
But the legends do not stop there, because Novak Djokovic is looking far beyond the tennis court. In a massive revelation, he has confirmed that the iconic cricketer Virat Kohli is the sole reason he started following the sport of cricket. The two titans are now discussing a potential face-to-face meeting in India that would see them trade rackets for bats in a dream scenario for fans everywhere. This mutual admiration between Novak Djokovic and Virat Kohli has captivated the sports world, as both icons find common ground at the absolute peak of their illustrious careers. Whether they are swapping tips on the pitch or the baseline, the potential for a collaborative event between these two global superstars has everyone talking about a historic cultural collision. Meanwhile, the injury front is heating up as Novak Djokovic works against the clock for a potential return at the Rome Masters, while rising star Carlos Alcaraz battles his own wrist injury that puts his French Open status in jeopardy. Jannik Sinner is waiting in the wings, hoping for his rivals to get back on the court so he can prove his dominance against the very best. Stay locked in for all the latest updates on these major comebacks, and more by hitting that subscribe button and turning on notifications right now. Ever wonder what it takes to stay at the absolute pinnacle of sport when the world is practically begging you to retire? Novak Djokovic hasn't stepped onto a competitive court in over a month, sidelined by a pesky shoulder injury since Indian Wells. He's missed Miami, Monte Carlo, and now Madrid, but here's the kicker. Even while sitting on the sidelines, the man is still shattering history. Noel has officially surpassed Roger Federer for the most weeks spent in the top 5 of the ATP rankings, a staggering 860 weeks. When you add that to his untouchable record of 428 weeks at world number 1, you realize we aren't just witnessing a great athlete, we're watching a mathematical anomaly. And he's not done yet. He's closing in on Federer's record for weeks in the top 10, with his sights set on potentially claiming that crown by November. But of course, that requires him to actually be on the court. The burning question remains, when will the Serbian legend return? With the French Open looming on May 24th, the clock is ticking. Rome is the likely target, and it's a smart move. A strong showing there is exactly the confidence boost he needs before tackling the clay at Roland Garros. Some are whispering about retirement, citing his recent physical setbacks, but Djokovic has silenced those critics with a characteristically sharp response. In a recent interview, he made it clear, he hasn't completed tennis yet. For Novak, it's not about the trophy cabinet anymore. It's about the raw, unfiltered love for the competition and the thrill of matching up against the younger generation. He's shifting gears from training harder to training smarter, proving that even at 38, he still has plenty of gas left in the tank. We saw it at the Australian Open, where he took down Jannik Sinner before falling to Alcaraz, proving he remains a force to be reckoned with. So, do you think Noel will make a triumphant return at the Rome Masters, or is his body trying to tell him something we aren't ready to hear? Drop your predictions in the comments below. I'd love to hear your take. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more tennis updates. After all, records are made to be broken, but legends, they're built to last. Imagine two titans of sport, dominating their respective arenas, realizing they have a mutual admirer in each other. That is exactly what is happening between tennis icon Novak Djokovic and cricket superstar Virat Kohli. Speaking at the Laureus World Sports Awards, Djokovic dropped a bit of a bombshell for cricket fans, admitting that Kohli is actually the reason he started following the sport in the first place. It is a testament to the digital age that two legends from completely different sporting worlds can spark a friendship without ever stepping onto the same court or pitch. Djokovic didn't just stop at praise. He expressed a genuine desire to bring this friendship into the real world. He is actively planning a trip to India, specifically hoping to link up with Kohli for a crossover session, a little tennis, a little cricket, and a whole lot of good vibes. It is fascinating to see such high-level athletes looking to trade skills, isn't it? As both stars approach the twilight of their legendary careers, with Djokovic turning 39 and Kohli 38, there is a sense of urgency to these plans. Djokovic spoke with deep warmth about his connection to India, calling it a calling he has felt for years. He isn't just looking for a vacation. He wants to host an event, engage with the fans, and bridge those cultural gaps through the language of sport. We don't know exactly when this historic meeting will happen, but when these two finally share a frame, it is going to be absolute gold for sports history. If you want to see these two legends share a court, hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest updates on their potential meeting. After all, isn't it the unexpected friendships that make the world of sports so incredibly special? Ever wondered what happens when two absolute titans of sport cross paths? It turns out, even the world's greatest tennis champion is prone to being a fanboy. Novak Djokovic recently made headlines with a confession that stunned the sports world, revealing that it was actually Virat Kohli who inspired him to take a genuine interest in cricket. Think about that for a second. The man who has dominated tennis for over a decade pointing to the king of cricket as his entry point into the sport. It's a fascinating testament to Kohli's global impact, transcending boundaries far beyond the pitch. Djokovic spoke candidly about how Virat's relentless intensity and laser-focused mindset mirrored his own approach to competition, creating an instant connection that went deeper than just the game itself. This isn't just a story about stars admiring stars. It's a masterclass in how excellence recognizes excellence. When you see someone like Djokovic, a man who has reached the zenith of his profession, giving props to Kohli, it highlights just how much character and discipline matter in the professional arena. It really makes you rethink who influences the icons we look up to, doesn't it? If you enjoyed this peek behind the curtain of sporting greatness, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss another deep dive. After all, the best stories are the ones where the legends are just as curious as we are. Is the era of tennis titans facing an abrupt, injury-plagued transition? We are watching the landscape shift in real time as both Novak Djokovic and Carlos Alcaraz find themselves sidelined, leaving the tour in a state of nervous anticipation. Recently spotted in Madrid, not for the high-octane clay court action of the Madrid Open, but to host the Laureus World Sports Awards, Novak Djokovic looked sharp alongside his wife, Jelena, but his words told a different story. Battling a nagging injury since his mid-March exit at Indian Wells, the world number 4 isn't sugarcoating his recovery. He told reporters he is doing everything in his power to make it to Rome, but everything hinges on his body's unpredictable healing process. It leaves us wondering, is he playing it safe to ensure he is fully primed for a run at a 25th Grand Slam title in Paris? Or is this the first sign of a veteran body finally starting to show its wear? While Novak is playing the long game, the situation with Carlos Alcaraz feels even more precarious. The young Spaniard was named Sportsman of the Year at the same gala, but he looked anything but triumphant when questioned about his wrist injury. With a massive 3,000 ranking points to defend in Rome and Roland Garros, Alcaraz is in a race against time, admitting that his next scan will be the deciding factor for his participation. It is a tough pill to swallow for a competitor of his caliber, especially as he watches Jannik Sinner climb the rankings in his absence. Yet, even in this fierce rivalry, there is sportsmanship. Sinner has publicly voiced his desire to see Alcaraz back on the court, noting that the true victory only feels earned when you face the very best. It is a sentiment that reminds us why we love this sport. The rivalry drives the excellence. As we look toward the French Open, the big question remains. Will we see the heavy hitters return to glory, or is the door officially swinging open for the new generation to seize the throne? Sound off in the comments. Do you think Djokovic and Alcaraz will be fully fit for Roland Garros, or should we be worried about the state of the tour? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all the latest updates on the race to the French Open.